Were you shocked at the lack of information that the counselors had?
Um, so I had a feeling that they weren't being fully informed about these programs and their influence on the local agenda and their municipal plans and their budget. But I had no idea how many were completely out of the loop on what's going on. And when we look at the joining resolution for, say, the Partners for Climate Protection program, we see that, for one thing, this has been in existence since, well, the last 30 years. So it may have been adopted, 30 years ago in some of these areas, and they don't really revisit it, right? It's just assumed that they're participating in this program, and nobody really looks at it and says, do we have to? Is this mandatory? And the joining resolution is interesting as well because they get one councillor and one staff member to be a direct contact for the program. So that means that essentially the United Nations, through 𝐝𝐞𝐜𝐢𝐬𝐢, through the FCM, through the Partners for Climate Protection program, has a direct contact with the municipal staff who are writing the municipal plans, who are writing the municipal reports, who are making recommendations, who are giving that to a local councillor who can then move the motions and say, let's accept the recommendations in this report, right? So a lot of councillors think that the decisions that are being made there are locally driven. But when you look at a program like that, that's downloading its own an international framework to that local council without them even being aware that those councillors or those staff members are contacts for that program, we can start to see where the problem is happening. So that's why we're really focused on education, public awareness, and providing information to our decision makers. So what we're finding is that they will make better decisions if they have the right information.
Absolutely. And I think you brought up a great point about the fact that maybe the information they do have, they're being completely misled. Your examples of the financing aspect of it clearly shows that they're being told one thing that, oh, it doesn't cost anything, yet that is the furthest thing from the truth. Did you find
And
that surprising?
that is probably the biggest lie that's being told here. And I don't like to place blame. I don't like to say just because this counselor or that staff member is associated with this program that they're intentionally steering um, our local councils astray and into this global climate corporate marketing scheme, essentially, where all of our funds are being redirected to international corporations. But when we start to get the same generic answers to the question, how much does it cost? And we're told it doesn't cost anything, but we know that it does cost something, it really starts to make you wonder what is really going on here? Why are some individuals on that council or in that staff so willing to put their entire career at risk on that lie, which is what it is? And yeah, we'll just see. What's great about 𝐝𝐞𝐢𝐬𝐢 is you're in the room with your council, you're watching them, you're communicating with them, you can read their body language, you can see where they stand. And what we're finding is there's usually just about two on the council that are pushing this, and that's all they need to sneak it through. So if we can empower the other six to push back a little, grow a backbone, say what needs to be said, say no, then we're going to have wins, right? And we just need to inspire those councils to push back.
Or even ask questions.
Yeah.
Because it seems like that's not happening either.
Mhm.